Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Sorry about earlier, I had some issues with OBS to say the least. I don't know what exactly happened. Hold on a second, let me make sure everything's good and that we're live again. Okay, cool, looks like it. Yeah, I had started OBS and I was getting issues with my capture for my windows and whatnot, like my stuff just wasn't capturing the way it was supposed to. It's a common problem with OBS that sometimes have these kind of issues, and thankfully it got resolved by me going and recapturing. Hold on a second, I didn't check my volume settings like perfectly. Just let me just for just a second before we really get in this. Okay, looks like we're good. Alright, where were we? It's been a little while since I last played. I don't remember exactly what the game wants me to do. I think I have to go over to this area again and use my newly found white Pikmin, so we'll try doing that right now. How are you guys today? Hopefully doing better than I am. Like I said, today could have been a lot better. It started off really unfortunately with me waking up really late. I slept really shitty last night, actually, and it was mostly my fault. The fun fact, White Pikmin will stay inside my hole for whatever you need them. What's that? No, of course you didn't know that. Start appreciating me more. Dialogue in this Romhack is something else. I mean, I like it though. It's pretty good and feels like it's got a good sense of humor. It's a little bit odd, I guess is the right way to word it. Doesn't say, like, very different from what you'd see out of normal Pikmin. I'm gonna get 35 of the red, I think, yeah. Then use... How many do we have for white, actually? We only can get as many as we've got. Let's see. Only 20, huh? Huh, okay, I can afford to get some others. Let's get some more yellow at least. Brings me up. Okay, I want to get a little more. Let's say 95. I think that's right here. 40. Actually, you know what? Wait, let's check our red Pikmin total we've got. 35 would be fine if I find that I've got extra red Pikmin I can pull out. Okay, yeah, that'll work. But yeah. Oh man, I've been neglecting to play this a little bit, not by much, just that I have a lot going on right now. Also, went down to my parents' place again yesterday because I had to go pick up some stuff from their place unexpectedly because they were going to bring something over to my house and then called me to say they couldn't. Had to go down there. A little bit of an update on some of the stuff that I talked about yesterday, if you guys want to hear about that, so I'm more than happy to give you guys, like, the story right now. But, aside from that, let's just talk about other stuff for a little bit. How are you guys today? Hopefully good. I've had less than fantastic day, to say the least, and I only hope that it gets better and not any worse, honestly, and I'd be very sad if this suddenly starts having issues and I can't stream this completely normally. Okay, I need to go take care of the obstacles all over again, it seems, which is not great, but I can do that. Just a second. Let me get a good group of Pikmin ready so I can go over there. Let's see, I'm trying to think what all we can talk about today. There was a, like, indie thing I was going to talk about yesterday, and I got a little sidetracked, actually, like a Nintendo thing. They called it, like, Indie World Presentation or something, I think. I don't know all the details of it, I just know that it's a bunch of indie games that Nintendo shows off, like... They do these little presentations, like, every couple of months to show off each new set of indie games. I saw some interesting stuff. I don't know how I feel about the games shown, to be frank, and I I don't mind the presentations. I think they're pretty good usually, but I don't know. Kind of hard for me to get excited about indie titles. Also, this Mamuta can fuck off. I'm trying to do my best to fucking and get around this shit while I'm trying to fight the cannon beetle, and it won't leave my Pikmin alone, and it's getting annoying really quickly. Hold on a second. This game has a weird sense of, like, balance for enemies. Not bad, just... It's annoying dealing with all this bullshit in this game. Not stuff you'd see in average Pikmin. So, let's see. Thinking what all games got announced for Switch that I might have interest in on indies. What are you guys, like, picked up as, like, indie titles and, like, stuff that you might be interested in getting in the future? I don't have, like, any big ones that I can immediately name, actually, because, I don't know, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to indies lately. It's not that I don't intend to, just haven't found myself tuning into the, like, indie stuff recently. There's always some cool stuff, though, and I do like seeing what indie devs work on, so yeah, there's definitely some good games out there in development. I remember one of them that I saw that was pretty good, that it's called, like, Spirit Fair, or it was some sort of game that involved, like, it looked like it was, like, sailing or something, I'm not actually sure, and you had, like, animal companions with you, and you took, like, these different spirits, like, back to, like, the afterlife or something. I don't know if I got the gist of it, like, completely correct. It's like guiding spirits. It's a weird, neat little idea, something I found kind of neat. Also, a certain game I thought looked interesting. I don't recall the name of it. It was plays like a little grape or something, and apparently I think his name was Concord. It's like a thing where they're playing one of those town managing simulators. Like, whenever I looked at it, it reminded me of that Fantasy Life game on 3DS. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know, I just couldn't think of any other comparison that it sounded familiar at the time when I saw it. It was just first thing that came to mind. I'm not sure that's what the vibe they were going for is, but it looked similar to that. Hold on, is chat working? I can't tell. There's no messages that have been sent in it. Let me try sending a test message. Okay, let me try reloading my stream. Hold on a second, guys. I think my oh, actually, I know what's wrong. My YouTube chat needed to be reloaded, I guess, because I had the pop-up chat and it didn't fucking load correct. God damn it, I have to reload the chat room. Hold on a second. Let me get my pop-out chat back up. Sorry about that. I may have missed out on a few messages because of that, and today's been a nuisance. I guess we can talk about that if I didn't already talk about it and I forgot. Let me make sure I've got this set up nice and easy where I can read it. I think it's alright. Yeah, okay, I think I can see the messages now. Hey C's, welcome to the stream. Let me double check my stuff before I continue and make sure everything's paused and working okay and we're all good. Okay, I think it's all good. I'm gonna do, like, really quickly, just link this on Discord since I just got everything working after, like, a bunch of technical bullshit. That way we don't have to think about it too much. Today's been absolutely a shit show for me, and I hate it. I mean, now things are working, but, like, prior to this, like, maybe 10 minutes ago, it was absolutely not working as well as it should have been and working intended, so yeah, today has just kind of sucked so far. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing a little better than I am. I actually, like, just for the record, I started up my OBS, like, I had fallen asleep earlier. I was taking a nap, I think I said this, but yeah, I woke up and I realized that it was later than I intended to. I still wanted to stream and tried to start up. Well, guess what? None of my OBS stuff was working correctly. I didn't even completely realize it until, like, a little bit later. I had tried starting stuff and checked on my Windows from OBS, and then all of a sudden find that literally just none of them would work. Even my, like, capture card wasn't showing up as a source, and I tried to investigate what the problem was, didn't understand what was the big deal and what wasn't working, and then for a moment my window of this started working correctly, and I kind of assumed everything was good, which was a giant mistake. And then it went to start up the stream. Fucking immediately, as soon as I start, it goes to a black screen and I couldn't fix it, and I had to sit around like toying with my shit to get it to work. It was annoying. I hate that part of streaming. Dealing with tech is not fun. I saw one of my friends earlier streaming had a lot of similar issues. I feel like a lot of people can relate and understand to that. Like, nobody I know who streams likes dealing with technical bullshit. It's always unnecessary and unfun, and usually it just ends up hurting a stream because to sit here fixing problems. I'm glad I can be sitting here streaming and talking to you guys right now, because I was annoyed and worried I wouldn't get to stream today, frankly, after all this happening. Okay, cool. Took care of those enemies. Let's see. Right, like I said, we were talking about some stuff and I got sidetracked, so let's go back to that subject. How many of you guys watched that, the Nintendo Indies thing that happened today? I saw quite a bit. I don't remember most of the games. That's a problem with indie games, actually, when you talk about indies, is just that indies are, I hate to say it, like a dime a dozen, because like so many people make them, and they're usually really good games that have a lot of love put into them, but they're just like, there's so many of them that it's impossible to remember, keep track of them all. I watched it because I felt like, well, we don't have anything else to do, there's nothing exciting or interesting going on, so it's like, I'm gonna watch this and see how it pans out, and it wasn't too bad. It was pretty interesting. There was some good stuff. There was a lot of notable announcements, even though maybe not the absolute best announcements either. I think I want to go over this way to get to where I want, or actually, no, wait, maybe this is it. Let me see. Hold on a second, I can't see my chat all the way. Let me see if I can fix that really fast. Okay, I think I can make out all the messages now. Okay, that's better. At least as far as I can tell. How peculiar we're as far as we can get with these floods. Yet here's a cave. Detect peculiar smells coming from this. It doesn't happen to be worded correctly. That's okay. I think they forgot a word. Was coming this whole this. So yeah. If only I knew what smelling things is like. What is that supposed to mean anyway? Like, that's a very, very weirdly worded sentence right there, but okay, whatever. Might speedrun Minecraft on the Xbox Series X. Cool. I've been, like, looking at some of the stuff from, like, the upcoming consoles. Nothing has, like, really caught my attention, although I'll admit I am still, like, interested in PlayStation 5 since I haven't gotten, like, any PS4 stuff because I don't have a PS4, and I kind of want to consider buying it. I mean, it's going to be pricey, probably. That reminds me, earlier I saw, like, a thing on... Jeez, my throat's acting up a little bit, so... A little weird. Oh, God, that is a fast bread bug, and I mean really fast. Also, I recognize this music. This is the toy box music from Paper Mario. Interesting. Didn't think I'd be hearing this again anytime soon. Okay, let's try to figure out where shit's at so we can get this thing to fight me over stuff. Okay, bad idea. I need a purple Pikmin, I think, to win that hauling contest, unless... Nah, if I fight it over that, it's gonna fucking pull it away and win. Oh, there's a Bulborb over there. Shit, gotta be careful. What all are announced for, like, launch titles for, like, the new Xbox and the new PlayStation, actually? Just, like, newer games. I'm thinking. I think most of the stuff on PlayStation 5, actually, is, like, not really announced for, like, coming out really soon. I think all the big PS5 stuff is just, like, coming later. Like, I know there's that Spider-Man thing, Miles Morales, or whatever it's called, Miles Morales, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. That game is going to be releasing, like, on PS5, so I know that's one of the games, but that's the only thing I know about for certain, actually. I'm confused right now. The fuck? What happened to the bread bug earlier? He just kind of fucked off and didn't respawn, which... That's not how bread bugs work in other games. Oh. Oh god. There he is. I was wondering where he was and I had my question answered. There were a lot of fucking bulborbs over there, and the last thing I want to do is get fucking snuck up on while that thing's around here. Oh, god damn it. I still can't completely read the chat. I need to fix my chat room a little better. Give me a second. Sure, and Forza Motorsport will come near release. That'd be something that'd be alright. I haven't really looked into, like, the big, like, Xbox launch titles very much. I think they were, or maybe they weren't. I don't remember. I thought they were, like, originally planning to get, like Halo Infinite but it's Halo Infinite, like, up and running on... Are you shitting me? I get fucking stuck where I can't fucking fight because the little bulborb decided to fucking knock me on my ass when I was fighting. Lovely. Whatever. But yeah, I thought I remembered reading that they were going to put Halo as like a launch title on Xbox, and because they were running into like development problems, they opted to like delay it. I'm not exactly upset or surprised about it though. I mean, naturally it's better that a game doesn't get like rushed and get bad sales data, so I'm all forcing games get delayed. I've never actually played a Halo game, so I don't have any experience with what they're like, frankly. I mean, I'm sure they're good games. What the fuck? Okay, that's a new bug. It's fucking going invisible all of a sudden. I've never seen anything like that happen before. That's weird. Oh my god. What is he doing? Why is he just carrying that without me issuing him to grab it? Oh, I can't see great either because of the camera angle. Infinite is getting delayed to get more polished. Yeah, I'm not too surprised or shocked about it. I mean, naturally they probably want the game to be good. It's like their big title that they want everybody talking about, so they're probably working really hard on it. Also, this area isn't bad, but trying to fucking walk around this is a total mess, actually. It's a problem that comes with these ROM hacks, is Nintendo has their ways of testing their shit very, very long and very, very carefully, and it always comes out really well, whereas in a ROM hack, it's just a fan making a hack and risks this stuff happening. Is that thing trying to grab this? Let me just pull it over. I was gonna grab it anyway. It's a Toad Amiibo. Cute, I guess, but eh. Or maybe it wants a sheer grub body. That's weird how the model's like fucking glitching out trying to grab something. I don't think I ever saw that in like Pikmin 2, but I think that's because in Pikmin 2, like, all the stuff would like just go to where it needed, and the walls were like very carefully crafted so it wouldn't have these kind of bugs. That is so fucking bizarre to watch, though. It's like obsessing over the body over there and not willing to stop looking at it. Alright, let me just get it over here so I can kill this bread bug. Yeah, this will help get rid of it and make it stop. Or that can work, because it decided to leave it alone once I did this. There we go, that's better. I'm gonna put that down. We need items to fight this thing with so I can get rid of it. You like the Xbox's strategy? Yeah, I tried to think what all I saw. I need to look up what that Rareware game is, actually, and see, like, what their launch game for, like, the Xbox Series X is. At least I think it's a launch game. The thing where they... Fungal Parasite Toad. Yeah, okay, I get it. Whatever. But yeah, I need to look up what Rare's game is, that thing they were doing. I think it was like a adventure game with like a platforming aspect to it or something. I think they mentioned something about music or something. I don't know, like what they were working on. I have interest in whatever that is, though. I want to see like what they're making, frankly. Hopefully it'll be good and fairly interesting. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Rare lately. Their games have not all been the best. Actually, quick question here. Out of like all the people watching, how many of you guys have actually played Sea of Thieves before? I've never checked it out. I've been thinking about it for a while, especially since it's made by Rare, although nowadays Rare is not quite the same company that they were originally, but I mean, I still want to check out their stuff, and they've shown they can be a capable developer, just they're not the same as like the company they once were, so naturally going into their games, you shouldn't have your expectations temper for something like Banjo-Kazooie when they're not working on that stuff anymore. Seems like their potential is like squandered by just sitting them on stuff like fucking Connectimals and not giving them like any actual like thing to develop for the longest time. Oh boy, here we go. It's on Game Pass, you might check it out. Yeah, that's a good thing about like Microsoft. They put a lot of care into like their subscription service, and as a result, there's a lot of good games that are available that you can get for on the cheap. If I had an Xbox, I would totally be looking into that, and I've thought about getting the PC Game Pass, but I don't know if I would bother or not. I mean, I might still look into it. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff on like a Microsoft service though, and I've gotta say, like, it makes me jealous seeing how much cool stuff you can check out. Like, but there's one thing I'll give like Microsoft and like every company really. Each company seems to have their own like killer or apps or their own way of like marketing like their stuff to you in a way that's pretty good. For Nintendo, it's like the exclusives, and that's how they get people's attention, is their exclusives are really good. For Microsoft, Microsoft has their Game Pass offerings, as well as like a lot of good third parties like Sony does, and Sony has like a mix of like a lot of good first party games, very strong and supporting like first party, third party. See, yeah, I didn't say they're at, but yeah, they got a good library of first party, a lot of great third party games, and on top of that, like a lot of cool features on their consoles. So I can see why Sony gets like so much attention. Played Forza Motorsport, come out for Christmas. You want to complete on that day? Yeah, I know what you mean. Like as a kid, that was like a thing that was same way I was. I wanted to see like my favorite games on new consoles release at Christmas time and play like the new stuff. Luxury Mudbath. I still remember when I got my GameCube, because I think it was on at Christmas actually, or it was like really close one. Like we got at the GameCube at a really good time, and Luigi's Mansion was out like at the time of the GameCube coming out, and I think it was like a month off when like, actually maybe it wasn't exactly in Christmas, I don't remember, but I remember like we got Smash Bros as well. Like it was like a month later that Smash came out. Like Melee was out on the GameCube, and then after that, like I remember not that long after like came Mario Kart Double Dash. Excuse me. Ugh. God, looking back on like the GameCube days, there were some pretty good games coming out, and they came out really, really frequently, and just a great time to be into games and get to check out all the cool stuff that Nintendo was like releasing at the time. Almost a little bit jealous seeing like all the great stuff that came out during that era. Like, not really jealous isn't the right word, but like, almost makes me like miss how good the game development was back then, where they could pump games out like crazy that fast, especially when you look at how slow this year has been, to be honest. Like, well, let's not kid around. This year for Nintendo has been so unnoteworthy compared to every other year. Like, normally they have like a good catalog of quite a lot of games coming out throughout the whole year, and this year it's just been like, hey, look, here's some smaller games, and like an announcement for like some stuff every couple of months. Like, it's just been sad how boring this year's been. I mean, on the bright side, looking at it though, we got like Animal Crossing and Paper Mario the Origami King, which are both like really, really high quality first party games that have a lot of love and care put into them, and they both really show it a lot. Even though I stopped playing Animal Crossing, I've got kind of bored of Animal Crossing. I haven't gone back to it in a while. How many of you guys still play Animal Crossing regularly? I'm talking like mostly people who have it, but still, like, I haven't been meaning to go back for another session to like check out some of the updates I missed out on, and I guess I'll have to do that like relatively soon, because I would like to like see the Dream Suite update and like the one with the wetsuit, because I did download it, and I've been, oh shit, also been meaning to check out like the little things, the fish, like the sharks. I did a little bit of that, but I never got like many of those caught. You want to see Splatoon 3? Yeah, I don't think they're going to, but it'd be nice, especially when Splatoon 2 is like really similar to how Splatoon 1 on the Wii U was, so it would have been nice to see some change, but oh well. You know, I'd feel disappointed right now in Nintendo by a little bit. Not by like a whole lot, but like all that's coming out in like next few months that we know for sure is like Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and while there's rumors of the Mario remasters, like there's no confirmation yet, and it's like, just tell us if it's a real thing or not. And you can't seriously be expecting Pikmin to carry like the whole year, can you? Even you know, Nintendo, that like Pikmin is a low-profile series of yours, and that not that many people are as interested in Pikmin as like other Nintendo franchises. I love Pikmin, but they're fooling themselves. They think a lot of people are going to be buying into it. I think like the best case scenario for what could happen is maybe it'll sell quite a bit better, and it could go as high as like 3 million, maybe 4 million if they like play their cards right. But I think it's very likely that Pikmin 3 Deluxe is still going to be selling at not the highest profit margin for Nintendo. It's just how Pikmin is normally perceived on like Nintendo consoles. It's not that it's bad, just not sold very great. I mean, this may be the best chance Pikmin ever gets to get like successful sales figures though, so maybe. Leave that there. I'm gonna see if I can kill this thing in a second. What is this item anyway? It's called Forgotten Offering. Interesting. It's just a ring. Okay, whatever. No, you're not getting away with that either. I like this enemy design though from like Pikmin originally. I just love the idea that some enemy is like trying to steal shit from you, but you can just fucking take the item by force and fucking kick its ass. Such a stupid enemy design, and I'd still like it. Could you not fucking waste my time and border on like the fucking edge of the map and keep blowing at my Pikmin? That blowhog is annoying the shit out of me right now. I'm gonna go kill it. I don't care. Yeah, Pokemon DS games and Pikmin. I mean, I don't really entirely blame you. Pikmin is still like very unknown series, though not a lot of people who play it. I'd say check out Pikmin 3 Deluxe though. I think it'll be worth it, and Pikmin's always been a good series, so I think it'd be worth it. And it's Pikmin 3 is really friendly to newcomers compared to like some of the other entries in the series, so I can say it's worth the price point, even though, I mean, it's not got the most content in the world. It's a fantastic game with very, very good like design. It's a fun title that is really enjoyable. The series is great, and I'd love to see more people get into it, so yeah, I'll wholeheartedly recommend it, because I think it's a fantastic game series. I wish it could sell more. Makes you wonder, though, like, when you look at what, like, the release schedule for this year, like, what the fuck is going on with Nintendo? Are they just this impacted by COVID that they don't want to talk about it, and they're ashamed to admit that they've, like, had bad sales data? Like, I feel like if they came out and said, like, hey, we're struggling with, like, some of our game releases, and it's maybe a little more time, then people would be, like, understanding and accepting of, like, Nintendo not having as many things released, and yet they have been completely silent with us for the most part. Can I take this by, like, force? Yeah, I can. Good. I was gonna say. Platinum and Pearl increased in price, or the games increase more. I'm surprised they're going for, like, collections of, like, all of them, but then again, if you want to collect something, I guess it can make sense to go for all of them. I'd personally just go for, like, one from each generation, but I'm not one to critique. I like to collect stuff, too, every now and then, and when I collect stuff, I go for the big stuff, because I bought, like, the Xenoblade Chronicles, like, collector's set, so who am I to complain about somebody else spending, like, a lot on something? Get that on the ground so you can kill it in a second. That's a problem with, like, games in general. Oh, I remember this item from Pikmin 2, I think, although I don't remember the match rotating like this. Cardboard sleeping bag. You got a Bowser face on it. Interesting. Where are you going with that? You're not taking that anywhere. No, you're going back into the ship, buddy. And goal is to collect the DS, 3DS game, Pokemon games. Well, good luck. I mean, I hope you can do it. I think one goal would be, like, really hard. Not as hard as Pokemon, maybe. Or maybe it wouldn't be as hard. Maybe it'd be easier. Maybe it'd be harder. But, like, one thing would be like a hard challenge. Collecting, like, every single Nintendo-themed Zelda console. And also every themed like, Zelda like, collector's edition that's been released on top of, like, all the games. So you're getting all the games, that means getting everything, including, like, the shitty CDI games in a collection, so yeah, that'd be incredible to have, like, physicals of that, even though I don't think I'd want to buy those games physical, because how bad they are. By the way, I've been meaning to ask this, and I mentioned it yesterday on stream. It's not a big deal, I'm not sure it happened, but, like, so yesterday I brought up, like, Skyward Sword HD, since that's a thing that it was, like, listed on Amazon. If that comes out and that's, like, an actual thing and not just, like, a fake listing, would you guys be interested in, like, a stream of me playing Skyward Sword? Because I haven't played any Zelda games on stream yet, so I'm still, like, open to the idea of doing that. The main reason I haven't done it is because I've thought about doing, like, a marathon of Zelda stuff eventually, similar to how I want to do, like, a marathon for 2D Mega Man titles, and yeah, I'd want to do, like, a whole bunch of games and try to see if I can complete, like, most, if not all, the Zelda series in, like, a set of streams, like, where it's, like, 24 hours or something. I wouldn't mind doing, like, separated streams for them, but I don't know. That's why I figured I'd ask for that first. I kind of want that to be real, although I don't know if I want that, like, more than other Zelda games. Probably that'd be fine with them more so. I like Skyward Sword, just I don't know how I'm gonna feel about an HD remaster if that does end up being the case. I mean, I find it good. Yeah, you guys play Zelda very much? I'm sure most of you guys do, but I don't get like talk about it too often. It's a big series, and I always liked Zelda quite a bit after I got into it. So many games too, like, out of all the Zelda games, like, one of them's gotta be, like, everybody's favorite Zelda title, because there's just so many different Zelda games. If you play one and you don't like it, that's not really saying a lot about, like, the series, because you can just go pick up a new Zelda game and try it out. You don't play it? You should try out the Zelda games. They're good. If you like them, then it's a very good experience, and I'd say Zelda is one of my Nintendo franchises that I like to play, that I have a lot of respect for good reason. I just feel like Zelda is something they put a lot of love into. You can tell when they make new Zelda titles that they put, like, their all into every unique new Zelda game they make, and put in, like, extra time making them good. You got around to picking one up? I mean, it's not the traditional experience from, like, the older 3D Zelda games, but if you wanted to get Breath of the Wild, you could get a really good Zelda game picking that up. That's a game that people recommend for good reason, because it's really fun. Also, shit, I didn't realize this is the cannon beetle that has the fucking homing shots, so I should dismiss my it's not Pikmin, I almost called them Pokemon. I'm being dense today. I need to use this to my advantage, and I can use this to kill all the enemies around the area if I time it right. Come on, shoot at me. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. You can find, like, a lot for Zelda, even just up on the Switch already. Like, there's Link's Awakening, which is available on the Switch. There's also Breath of the Wild that I just mentioned. I think the NES app, the NES app has, I think, Zelda 1 and 2, so you can play those. Also, there should be, like, a Link to the Past on, like, SNES Online, if it's not already there, so that's another game you can play if you're interested in checking the series out, even though those are 2D Zelda games. So there's, like, a few classic Zelda game recommendations that I can give out that are really, really well known, and frankly, they're pretty good games. So you want to check one out and you want to see, like, the series, you could play one of those, although obviously it doesn't give the best feel for, like, HD and, like, 3D Zelda games, although technically you only really had, like, one proper HD game. The others have been remasters. Okay, almost got rid of all the enemies, and Jesus, this thing is fucking destroying my health because I had to fucking solo a fucking Bulborb like this. Did I kill everything already, or is it still missing a few? There's a few, but I think it's fine. I think it's dead enough that I can actually afford to go after other stuff right now. Well, that scared me for a second. Okay, let me get my Pikmin back together. One of these days, I'll probably consider streaming Zelda stuff. Hold on a second. Just getting my flower Pikmin together so I'll have an easier time going back and fighting this thing rather than fighting it with leaf Pikmin. There we go, that'll take care of that. Probably gonna have to shut the fuck up for just a second or two until I get done with this guy. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Keep my Pikmin intact. I hate segments like this where you gotta fucking slope your toss, like, to get your Pikmin up. It's always annoying and makes it difficult to, like, work around the enemies. Not a big deal, but still. Hold on a second. Hey, the one on SNES, couldn't figure out how to play it. It's pretty simple overall. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, so, I mean, I could see why you might have some hesitation. If you're gonna play Zelda 1 on the NES, then I would say, like, right now, like, be weary. Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 are, like, being, like, the very first Zelda games. They're kind of cryptic and not very helpful with their hints. Like, Zelda 1 is meant to be one of those games where you just kind of go and explore everything at your own pace and you find where shit is, instead of, like, having, like, a proper structure where the game guides you. So kind of have to, like, work your way around the map and figure out where shit is, and Zelda 2 gives you hints, but the hints are really bad and they're not really too helpful. Like, some of the NPCs say stuff in, like, towns, but they're absolutely useless when it comes to, like, valuable advice. So, yeah, the first two are really fucking difficult to play blind, so if you're gonna play those games blind, I recommend looking up a guide. Like, those are hell of a starting point if you play those. You probably picked the best one to, like, check out of, like, the old ones, actually. Like, if you go back to, like, A Link to the Past, you can probably get used to it after a little bit. It's just that it is a little hard at first to understand it. I think the game makes you go to the castle, and then you get things to, like, speed up. You just have to, like, get into, like, the meat of the game, and then after a little bit, it gets, like, really simple to follow because the game is really linear and, like, leads you exactly to where you want to go, and you get a map that, like, marks everything for you, so it's pretty simple to get into A Link to the Past if you, like, give it a little bit of time and try to get through, like, the beginning part. It's a good game. I can say if you're interested, yeah, you should replay it and try it sometime. It's definitely a good game. Maybe not the most polished, but that's just, I think it's just that the older Zelda games had a little bit less, like, time and polish putting, because they were just trying to get their games out on, like, a schedule, and nowadays it's like Zelda's high profile, really big, well-known series, and most people know Zelda now. Like, Zelda's a household name by this point, even if it's not as popular as, like, say, Mario or Pokemon. Like, people know what it's like. They can afford to waste their time making the game as good as they possibly can. You know, I wonder if we're going to see more with Breath of the Wild 2 soon, actually, because we haven't seen any of that game since its announcement. I mean, I imagine they're probably going to wait and talk about it more later. I think next year's 35th anniversary of Zelda, actually, so what more perfect time to release Breath of the Wild 2 than next year. Whoops, shit, no, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. I guess I'll just accept it and not really think about it. I was trying to switch my Pikmin type, and I hit the wrong part of my D-pad. Lovely. Didn't I toss 10? Whatever, I guess it didn't. Okay, there we go. I wish you could do something about that where it's a little annoying, change Pikmin and the thing where you use the sprayer on the same buttons, and I accidentally wasted the spray entirely by accident, because that stings a little bit. Pokemon Anniversary? Yeah, I think I heard about that. I wonder if they're going to do anything special. I mean, remakes would make sense, whether it be Gen 2 or Gen 4. Perfect dinner plate. The Snapple lid, huh? Isn't Snapple like a soda? So, at least I think it is. I thought Snapple was a soda, but like, that looks like a jar lid more than anything, actually. Whatever, I guess. Not a big deal. Just something odd I noticed about looking at that. Could be a bottle cap, actually. I didn't look at it, like, really closely. That would fit the idea of it being so big. Just that's a bottle cap and they're really tiny. Also, is it just me, or does it feel really weird, but, like, not that surprising yet? Like, how there's, like, all these items, and they're, like, fucking massive because you're playing as, like, really tiny aliens, so you're seeing, like, everyday items and, like, a really weird light, and seeing these things that are normally really small, it's, like, really, really big. Okay, next floor. Let's see what we've got down here. A remake with some virtual console things, too. Yeah, it'd be nice to see new stuff. I mean, I don't know what Nintendo's going to do for the online. I guess we'll see what they've got planned in just a bit. I mean, I almost hesitate to wonder if, like, them releasing Let's Go on the, like, Switch was like them saying, hey, we're not going to be putting Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow up on, and, like, Switch is online or a virtual console service, so here's what you're going to be getting for Gen 1 stuff instead. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were trying to do, is do it like that instead. Also, this thing can fuck off. I'm not in the mood to lose Pikmin to this Bulbman. There we go. Got it. That was surprisingly easy. What is this strange creature? Well, the Bulbman from our last journey. Yep, there's a Bulbman, although it's a little different. These look more like spotty bullbears. Acting any different from the old ones. Oh, maybe there's like a behavior change too. That'd be interesting if there's like a new like variable here. Also, I didn't realize there were going to be these guys down here. I guess I should have, and ended up coming a little bit short on and like room for more Bulbman. They're usually in like stacks of 10 where you can stack them really easy. Whatever though, doesn't matter. Harmless tragedy. Oh, I know what this is. This is the companion cube for... They're like... in the companion cube from Portal. Bomfex, you mainly want a variety of Pokemon you obtain on Switch. Yeah. I don't know what they're planning. I kind of want them to if they could, like, enable transfer from, like, other games to, like, Let's Go, but I don't know if that'd matter at this point. It'd be nice, though. I'm still sore about not being able to get a Mew in Let's Go like I wanted to. Like, I genuinely would like to have the opportunity to get a shiny Mew out of Let's Go. Let me see. Oh, there's no treasure here, it looks like, outside of maybe, like, one, so... Alright, let me separate them, and... You guys are in a lone group. Actually, it might have only been 5. But these guys should be transformed into Pikmin so I can take them out on the surface. Bulbmen were always stuck, like, deep underground where you couldn't carry them with you, and I doubt they'd change it here, so make sure they get turned into Pikmin that can go back up to the surface with us. There we go. That takes care of that. Doodlebug, huh? I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't want to... Or, no, that's not a Doodlebug. Doodlebugs are brown. That's right. Give me a second. I'm just looking around for shit I want to deal with. In fact, oh, actually, I read that. Sorry, my bad. I got a case of mistakenly thinking I hadn't read that. I'm trying to think here. You know, I wonder if they're going to release, like, Pokemon, like the original Pokemon Snap over the Switch online, if they do, like, N64 stuff. I've been thinking about, like, a playthrough of doing, like, Pokemon Snap since I never properly played it on stream, and certainly wouldn't mind playing it on stream because, well, I'd like it a lot. I remember growing up with Pokemon Snap and finding it to be a lot of fun, so if they released it on the Switch, I'd probably be down for it. I'm gonna get another red Pikmin group here really quick, unless... Oh, I fucked up the timing. Whatever. I mean, 3 yellow Pikmin exchanged via red Pikmin isn't too bad either, considering all this. I think these candy pop buds I used, those are supposed to sprout like 9 Pikmin, but I didn't have enough open slots for all the Pikmin, so I only ended up with 3 of them. Never played Snap during the new one. Yeah, I'm gonna be picking it up as well, just because I like Pokemon Snap and I want to see what the sequel will be like. Hopefully it'll be just as good. I feel like Pokemon Snap's like one of the only games from Nintendo we know about, like, specifically, even though it's not from Nintendo themselves, it's more from the Pokemon company. I mean, I'm glad it's coming. I hope it'll be this year and not later, but who knows what's gonna happen with that. I hope we get new game announcements soon. I don't think I ever finished talking about that indie thing, my bad. I got sidetracked again. I had that problem when it comes to, like, games I've talked about. Let's see, where was I? I need to, before I continue and talk about anything else, I need to get on this fucking bullbear. It's, like, tailing me. Could you maybe not? Could you leave me alone? Ah, Jesus, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. God damn it. That's just great. Those things are fucking ruthless. I need to reset here because I don't want to lose Pikmin in that manner where I fucking have a fucking slaughter my Pikmin just dying all of a sudden. Hold on a second. I don't remember if this will reset its volume. It shouldn't, but when I have to start up dolphin, my volume gets all fucked up. I'd have to restart it, but I wasn't sure if resetting the game would potentially fuck with it. Okay, let's get back in the cave now. You know, there was some... I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but, like, back in the day when Pokemon Snap was a thing, like, there was... I didn't actually get to do this myself, but there was, like, a really cool thing I had heard about. Like, there was Pokemon Snap. Basically, like, there was this little thing you could do where you could go to, like, a Blockbuster, and basically through this you could, like, print out the photos you took in Pokemon Snap, which was really, really cool. Seems that creature showed symptoms of poison after consuming the white Pikmin. Right, I already know about that. Oh yeah, how could I forget that they have that unique ability? Yeah, they poison shit when they eat them, and oh god, no, don't you dare! But yeah, there was like a thing back in the day you could... Wow, this thing can fuck off. It's annoying me being a douchebag, and I hate it. Give me a second. I need to fucking think before I do anything more. This fucking bullbear is giving me a fucking run for my money right now, and I am in a bad, bad spot. You can fuck off! Stop trying to kill my Pikmin, damn it! Oh my god, the game, like, hiccuped for a second. You know what, yeah, let him take the body so it doesn't revive. If you... Okay, I'm not even upset over that, it sucked, but I mean, 5 Pikmin over something like that, that's not a huge loss. It's tragic that they died, but that could have been significantly worse, because I didn't have the right resources, and that fucking bullbear was getting all up in my face right there, and not backing off. Okay, now I just gotta figure out what all I can collect and deal with the obstacles. But yeah, back in the day there was something cool. You could... It actually, like, print out photos you took in Pokemon Snap. Like, there was an option to go to, like, Blockbusters, and you could, like, print out your photos there. It was a weird little promotion that pretty much everybody heard about. I didn't know about it, and these things I mentioned that, and I thought that was the coolest thing when I heard about it, even though I missed out on it. Having the option to, like, print these photographs you took from a video game, because the idea is so weird. And it makes it feel a little more real, even though, obviously, you know the game isn't real, but it's like, get a little bit of something from the game. And that's like an incredible experience. I wonder if they would do something like that with this game. I doubt it, but it'd be cool if they offered like a little service to like, print out the photos you got. I feel like now if they do something, it'd be like, oh yeah, I'd forward it to your Twitter or something and not actually print it. That would be fucking amazing, though, to have, like, the photos actually get developed. Just a really cool little feature that Nintendo shown back in the day. Is it now? It'd be cool. Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of cool. I don't think they would probably bother, but it would be a neat little thing to make another, like, thing harkening back to that promotion, because that was one of the cooler things that Nintendo and, like, Game Freak did back in the day. Hey, I recognize this. The Wheel of Fortune. How could I forget? Surprised that's in here. It's not a collectible, probably, since it doesn't seem like you can pick it up anywhere, but still. A lot of references in here, actually. By the way, I think I brought up the topic before, but, like, since I brought up Wheel of Fortune, what are some, like, game shows you guys are familiar with and like to watch? I know there's a lot of different stuff, and UK and America have, like, or even UK, but, like, Europe and, like, other regions have, like, differing variants of, like, game shows. It's always cool to talk about them, though, and see, like, what people know about game shows and talk about, like, different versions of shows that exist overseas or whatever. It's just really a fun topic, in my opinion. Trying to think, like, what all have I heard of. I know that one show that talked about with the cars, I forget the name of it, the Grand Tour, whatever it's called, that's a show that's It's like a show that's like big in Europe, or I think that's that. I don't remember the name of it. I'd heard of that show, and a friend showed me that, and I know that's big in like European stuff. You don't watch any game shows? I mean, I don't watch them like very often. Just thought I'd ask and see if anybody like watched any that are popular. Like, see if there's any that are seen around the world that I meant to say, like, and like hear about like the different versions of the shows. Obviously, there's a lot of different versions of like every show. Oh god, how am I gonna get them back over the fucking thing here? I need them to be where I can reach them, but they're kind of stuck. Okay, why don't you try crawling over here or something and maybe doing this? I don't know. Oh my god, it just seems like it's stuck. I'm trying to pull it back and I can't get it out. I guess I'll have to get the Pikmin when I'm jumping down, because it seems like it's not coming back no matter how hard I try it. Grand Tour, yeah, that was it. I was thinking that was the case. I've never really watched it. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that one being pretty good, and I might need to check out like more of that sometime. See, I'm trying to think like some popular and well-known shows, like game shows. Oh yeah, you guys ever watched Deal or No Deal before? I've watched that like quite a bit when I was younger. I don't know if it's like very big in other countries other than America, but I do know in America, Deal or No Deal was like really big for like some time and pretty fun to watch. The idea like somebody being able to go on and try to win like $1 million is kind of neat, although those shows were really fucking common and like dime a dozen, because everybody wants to participate on the fucking game show where it's like, hey, get a chance to win $1 million. Like, why wouldn't you want that? There's a lot of good old ones too, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I remember that show. Jeopardy, Family Feud. I could go on about like a bunch of good quiz shows. I'm sure, even though you guys haven't watched like a lot of shows, or some of you guys haven't watched a lot of shows, like you can probably weigh in on like older shows that are more well known. Like, you guys had to name one game show that you've watched that you really like. What would it be? I'm personally like a really big fan of like watching Jeopardy a little bit and like seeing like people guess on different like stuff that's like posted as the question. I think that's Jeopardy. I'm not mixing Jeopardy up with another game show, am I? Like the one where you get like a bunch of questions all put up on a board and you're intended to like answer them, and you have to answer in like the form of a question. It's been a long time since I think I've watched Jeopardy, actually. Good game show, but still. Is this what I think it is? Can't read it very well. I guess we'll get a chance to read it when it gets over to the ship, though. All I see is Data Stick something Pro. Ascension, maybe? Data Stick Ascension Pro, it looks like. We'll get to read it once we get the item. I just need that bread bug to come over here and try to take it from me. Why is it taking so long to hobble over here? It's ignoring what I'm setting out for it. Okay, whatever. Let me go see if I can make another trap for it, because it doesn't want to fucking take the bait that I laid out for whatever reason. This is probably one of the more annoying things to deal with in this game. Trying to get items back from bread bugs. Or maybe I should just try to kill it. I don't know. It's not easy to. You have to angle your Pikmin really carefully because it's fast. Hey! Come over here and grab this, please. I'd like it if you could grab it. So many game shows, like I said earlier, I'm not tend to get like stuck on one topic. I just thought it'd be fun topic for a little bit. Jeopardy, Family Feud, there's a lot of them that are good. I wouldn't even mind like rewatching a lot of these. Maybe we could do it. I've been meaning to do a video night one night eventually where we watch stuff, and I still haven't got used to that thing I downloaded for like Discord like that trash thing where we could watch streams on, not stream, watch it's like stuff on, and maybe a night dedicated to like watching old game shows would be kind of fun. I don't know if anybody would be down for it, but that could be kind of cool. See exactly what all is out there to watch and check out some neat stuff. Okay, let's change topic for a little bit. I got something else I wanted to talk about for a moment. So, I was watching a new video from like MatPat, the guy who runs the Game Theory YouTube channel, also runs like three other channels, I guess. He has like Game Theory Live, Film Theory, and that Food Theory thing now, and I was gonna talk about that a little bit. How many of you guys watch like Game Theory or like any of the channels that are like linked in like this group of channels? I'm curious, just like to hear what all you guys think of like the channel. Also, I think my Pikmin fixed its glitching out. That's good to know that it's fucking working again and not stuck on the other side of the fence for no reason. Sometimes, yeah, I can relate to that. I was gonna bring it up because I watched like another Game Theory video. I like to talk about those every now and then, or not really Game Theory, it was another one. I'm not the biggest fan of those because his videos do come off as like trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator and getting people on like really stupid theories that are just really dumb. Like his video format is really, really simplistic and not great. Excuse me. But I found a really good video. I need to watch some of their stuff like more. Yesterday I found one that was based on McDonald's. Hold on. Mechanized surfboard. Data stick? What does it say? Data stick Ascension. I can't tell. Does it say Data stick by Ascension Pro? The fucking wobbling is making it really hard to read it. I guess we'll look at it in the Piccolopedia later and see how it looks and see what like the title actually says so we can see what the name of that is. Excuse me, throat problems are probably going to be bothering me for a little while. So, how many of you guys have heard of like the promotional thing that McDonald's does like every year or two? I think it's every year. They make like these little things where intellectual police officer. Okay, so some sort of electric thing, whatever. Like I was saying. Okay, yeah, like I was saying. And, like, how many of you guys heard of, like, the McDonald's Monopoly game thing they bring about, like, every year or two? It's like a little thing where they have it set up where you're supposed to be able to win prizes, and you can, like, get these little scratch-off things that you get with your meal, and you take it and, like, try to see if you win a prize from it, and, like, the grand prize, like, $1 million or something. There was a video yesterday that I watched that was, like, really good. Maybe it wasn't yesterday, but I watched it recently, and he went over, like, a topic about, like, how many of these, like, little scratch-off things that McDonald's give you that, like, would it take to actually win, like, the McDonald's, like, Monopoly game, and the answer was surprisingly, like, weird to watch for, like, it was like you could buy like 100,000 of these things and not find the like winning ticket. And then like this is like based on like statistics of like how you could win this. But then like later on in the video, like really big thing like happened to be brought up that was regarding this whole topic, and that's that apparently this McDonald's thing, which is really shitty to talk about like in general, like apparently this whole thing ended up being, like, rigged in a really bad way, where, like, McDonald's, like, some of their, like, CEOs and, like, more famous, or maybe not famous, but more rich, like, members, like, own stakes in McDonald's, I think, like, got, like, some of the tickets, and, or it wasn't some of it, was all of them, but, like, they got, like, access to some of the, like, scratch-off lottery things, and literally, they took all the, like, winning tickets and then kept them to themselves, and basically, they made the whole game into a scam by, like, only rich people getting it and passing it off to, like, other people that were already, like, capable of getting it, and it was just the rich getting richer. It was really fucked up to read about. It's like, oh yeah, I have this cool little game that people can participate in, but guess what? Actually, some rich assholes are fucking stealing all the winning pieces, so even if you tried to win, you wouldn't be able to win because some douchebag stole all the prizes. This is really lame to read about. And the part that really stunk, it's like apparently like right before 9/11 happened, so they never actually got punished for what happened. Like, they got basically a slap on the wrist because their timing was like set right where they could get away with it. I shouldn't attack that. If I do, it's gonna get the fucking treasure instead of like I get it, so I need to wait for it so I can fucking... Oh, why is it not attacking the chess piece? But yeah, it happened like right before 9/11 did, so they didn't get punished at all because the American crisis ended up taking priority over McDonald's robbing people like this, basically. Or, I mean, it's not technically robbing people, but if you're gonna fucking have a promotion where there's supposed to be a prize like this, you damn well should be like held accountable to like deliver the prize instead of scamming people and going like, oh, haha, too bad our executives got it instead. It's like, yeah, fuck you for doing that. Raucous railgun. Interesting. I don't know how that resembles a railgun, but whatever. But yeah, it sucks. You hear about this stuff, like, more often than you'd want to as well. Like, companies taking advantage of people or doing these little promotions and then using it as a way to get money. I hate people who do this shit. It's like, shows how bad human greed can be. Fucking stealing all this shit just to fucking get, like, the money for yourself. It's like, this is a little fucked up. It's like if a worker at a store got a winning lottery ticket and then took it just because they could. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. I agree with that. Like, they pretty much did the same as putting out a lottery ticket and then taking the winning ticket for themselves, which is fucked up. Ugh. Oh, great. This little spider shit alongside this now. Oh, that's new! I've never seen that interaction before. I'll have to show you guys in a second what I'm talking about in case it's not apparent, but if you look over on, like, the side, I think I showed this a little bit in the first part unintentionally with, like, how the dweevils are, like, really possessive little shits that try to grab everything they see, so they grab it and wear it on top of them. This dweevil fucking took the chess piece this like, bread bug wanted, and now it's fucking got the bread bug. Or actually, no, yeah, the dweevil took the bread bug's, like, chess piece from it, and then once that happened, fucking got him hooked onto the chess piece, and he's dragging him around now, and the bread bug can't win the tug of war. That's funny as hell to me. I like that he's stuck. Sorry, asshole, you couldn't get the chess piece. Too bad. Okay, let me take care of the rest of these dweevils before we move on. Yeah, it is fucked up. I'd agree with that. It's messed up how corporations take advantage of, like, these kind of scenarios. And oh, actually, you know, I didn't even think about it. Shit, I made a fuck up in this dungeon earlier. I could have gone after getting a fucking chance to get, like, yeah, I could have gotten my hands on blue Pikmin, and I didn't even think about it. Shit, well, whatever, it's not a big deal. I could have helped myself out, but whatever. I didn't even think of that when I was facing that flower. Hey, get over where I can fucking reach you. I can't fucking fight if you're gonna hide like a little sissy where you're inaccessible. Of course, it's gonna be fucking impossible to reach it. Okay, let's just grab what we can. Keep taking shit back, or maybe we should kill the spider here. This game has some really annoying enemy types. Ugh. Give me a second or two before we continue. This is annoying, actually. I'm trying my best, and trying to reach these is proving to be difficult, and okay, you're not getting away with that. No, 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 god damn it. Whatever, it's okay, I guess, but that sucked. I was almost able to stop it and I wasn't fast enough. God damn, this floor is annoying, though. Okay, made it. Just thinking on what all I want to talk about. Well, I have a few things I can talk about. You guys have any I haven't talked about this on stream a lot, but like, you guys have any games you're interested in, like, or looking forward to, like, stuff that either is coming out soon or you're looking to pick up, like, already? It's just, like, out on, like, Switch or even PC, just any games, even if it's, like, an Xbox or PlayStation game. I thought I'd bring this topic up, because it's nice to see, like, what all people are buying, because I tend to check if there's, like, anything good that I haven't heard about. I haven't found anything, like, too interesting that I've been wanting to pick up recently, actually. Like, there's been a little bit of a lack of, like, games to look forward to, so I haven't found anything personally, but just looking out for anything. I never did talk about the indie thing in like, full detail, did I? But I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I was gonna mention, like, Subnautica, and that's all I can think of. Forza Motorsports is it for new stuff? Yeah, I don't really blame you. There's, like, not a lot that's coming out at the moment, so it's kind of like there's a dry spell with, like, not a lot to pick up and talk about, so yeah. The only good thing about this year is that it's a good year to, like, catch up on other stuff that haven't already played. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. Are there any big new games that are even announced right now besides, like, PS5 and, like, it's not PS5, but PS5 and Xbox stuff? I don't think so. I think those are, like, all the titles. Everything's being held off for the new consoles, and I don't know what the fuck Nintendo's doing, but I kind of gave up on giving a shit about that. Sucks that the game development, like, game industry as the whole is, like, suffering because of this virus, though. I mean, let's see. I'm thinking here if there's anything big. I think didn't everybody do all their, like, presentations already from, like, E3? Like, the only person who hasn't caught up on, like, a presentation they could have done at E3 time was, like, Nintendo right now. I think everybody else who does their stuff has already gave out, like, something for us to watch that we could see by now. Devolver had their Devolver Direct. There was the Xbox, and then the, the Xbox presentation, PlayStation presentation, and then we haven't had anything from Nintendo. Actually, wait. Have we seen a Bethesda presentation yet? Because I haven't remembered there being anything from Bethesda. I never watched Ubisoft's, and I know there was some good stuff, but I don't know if I would want to check out any of their stuff or not. How do you guys feel about Ubisoft anyway? Do you guys like their games or not like them? They've got, like, a lot of stuff that they make for, like, games. Like, they're big examples of stuff that's easy to remember, like Just Dance. They also do Rayman. I'm thinking, like, what all is there? Far Cry is also really big. Ubisoft has got some cool stuff. I'm not big on Ubisoft, but I do like Far Cry especially, and a lot of Ubisoft's games are pretty nice, actually. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they have the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon series. I think Tom Clancy died, like, a few years ago, didn't he? Or am I mistaking him for somebody else? Like, remember, he was, like, behind the whole series, and the guy died recently, and they've been continuing the games in, like, his name, which is kind of sad, but also, like, a really admirable thing to do. Hopefully they're not just using it to milk the name now, though, because if they did, that'd be really shitty if they're just using it for series name and not keeping the guy's spirit alive. You know, I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to get the next Far Cry game. I think the last one I got is Far Cry 5. You guys like Far Cry, or have you guys have you guys played it, actually? Like, I know you guys I talk about, like, certain games, and I can discuss, like, games I haven't played and you guys have or whatever. Just, like, wondering. I I like the Far Cry series. I played like 3 or 4 games in the series. I think well, 3 games probably. I played Blood Dragon in full, which it's not really like extremely big game. It's really small, actually. Also, I played some of Far Cry 3. I never got around to finishing it, even though I always wanted to. And I played Far Cry 1 before, or not Far Cry 1, see, Far Cry 3, Far Cry Blood Dragon. Also, I played, like, Far Cry 5, so that's what my experiences with it. Hi there, Mixie the Fused Espeon, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's Pikmin, welcome to the stream. Missed out on quite a bit, but that's okay, I don't mind. Came in at a decent time. We're trying to get through this cave, and it's taking quite a while to get done. Been talking about games, actually. Okay, here's another topic really quick before I forget. How do you guys feel about the whole Watch Dogs thing? I personally don't really care for the series. I feel like the original Watch Dogs was a shit show, and it got a lot of bashing for fair reason. Modernized spacecraft. I guess you could perceive this as like some sort of spaceship, but very clearly, yeah, that's very clearly a chess piece and a fucking. Actually, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, it's not a spaceship. Whatever. It's like weird description for that. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, how do you guys feel about Watch Dogs? Like, I'm personally not big on it. I do. Think it looks alright. I mean, the second game looks kind of dumb, like how there's like this weird emphasis on like it being like some war with like hackers and some corporation or something, and the third game, I don't know what the fuck that's about. I know they showed that off in their like Ubisoft thing, so I haven't checked that out. You don't know Watch Dogs other than the name? Yeah, it's a game about hacking shit, that's all I know. I'm just like thinking of things to talk about because they're having a dry spell at games actually recently. Sub-level 7. Please tell me we're nearly done. Not that I mind, just like this has been like a fucking long dungeon actually. That's the right word. Well, you know what I'm talking about, even if I say that. Like I mean specifically, this whole thing is big. Oh yeah, you're not wrong about that. I hate to get into politics too much, but I am genuinely worried about how the election in America is going down. Like, I don't trust either of the candidates for president right now to do a good job. Trump is a fucking imbecile who shouldn't be in the office in the first place, and Biden is possibly worse. He's an old man who's going senile and doesn't seem like he's fit to be in the presidency. Like, honestly, I hate to say it, I think Trump is like the better choice between the two of them. If we were in like a good position right now, we'd be getting like Bernie Sanders as our president, but Bernie Sanders dropped out because the fact that he couldn't get an election because there weren't enough people voting, so yeah. I kind of feel for Bernie. Bernie was like a good man who has like what's best at heart for like America, and all the crazy people drove him away from trying to get elected because he didn't think he could make it. I feel like I personally fucked up on my like voting. Like I intended to vote for Bernie and I didn't get out and vote when it mattered, so I feel like I let Bernie down when it came to like actually an important vote. You don't know any candidates other than Trump and Biden? Well, Bernie Sanders is like a really commonly known one because Bernie Sanders is like, well, he was like the common people's was like want for like a president, so naturally he had a lot of popularity. Bernie Sanders seemed like a good guy too. He genuinely seemed like he had like actual care about America and like wanted what was best for our country, so yeah, naturally I would prefer to have Bernie be our president, and he didn't make it, and I feel like after this election that Bernie's going to feel discouraged from trying again. Processing. How odd. That large loaf left the alarm. That's a hell of a sentence to say. Let's grab and see if it can be of any use. Right, okay, that's interesting. Let's take care of the rest of the bread bugs, though, since they're all over the place where we go back. But yeah, I don't know. I worry about our country. Trump has made things awful, but, I mean, would Bernie Sanders do better? Probably. I feel like Joe Biden is just going to fucking destroy America entirely, though, if he becomes president. I don't want to get into, like, politics too much, but, like, I feel like right now, America as a country, our country is in a lose-lose situation where no matter who gets elected, we're just going to be fucking shit out of luck. Yeah, I've thought about, like, potentially moving out of the country with how bad things look. I don't like talking politics too often, but, like, it's hard to deny that America is, like, going through a rough time, and we've had some of the worst presidents, worst presidents, like, we've ever had recently, or not really worst ever, just Trump has been the worst one, and our next election is going to either result in, like, re-electing Trump or get Joe Biden, and it doesn't really look very good either way, actually. Ugh. Biggest problem with that is, like, even if I did want to move, like, where can you even move to? Like, all the places you'd want to move to are probably, like, too pricey and not able to be afforded easily. Like, our country seems like it's in a real serious problem area right now. I'm not even sure what the fuck Trump wants to do as president. Like, talk about building a wall and the stupid Make America Great Again shit, and I don't think that's gone anywhere, whatever the fuck that was actually supposed to be about to begin with, actually. Oh well, I'm not gonna get too caught up on the topic of, like, talking politics, but I mean, yeah, you get the idea. Our president and our country are kind of in a bad shape right now. Ugh. I hate to say it, I feel like I would have preferred to take, like, Barack Obama in a third term. It's not like he's a bad president, but, like, would have been significantly better than having Trump at this point. Blaring amplifier. Interesting. What does this do? Application abilities of the device are absurd. Able to work with it. Appears to be compatible with your whistles. Yes, the ping alarm is complete. Why does that make me think of something from, like, a like, computer, like how you talk about ping when you're on a server? Seeing this device has increased the acoustic range of your whistle. Ooh, so we get more range from the whistle, and, like, getting this little jukebox. That's kind of cool, actually. Neat way to, like, give you a new upgrade. Okay, cool. Is there another red bug? Because I thought their holes disappeared when they died. I can't tell. Maybe, okay, I think it did disappear. Yeah, Obama was pretty good from what I remember. He was good president. Obama, like, say whatever you will about Obama and whether or not you like him, but Obama had, like, care for what was best for America at heart. Obama did what the people needed and made sure to do a good job with it. And he got a lot of flack for it. It's like, Obama was pretty much a good president and did things for the people. He's tried to fix, like, a lot of problems in America. Eternal sustenance. That's an interesting thought. I guess because it's giant food. Little hamburger, that's cute. Alright, let's get these things collected. Whoops, shit. Give me a second or two. I'm just thinking on, like, other things I want to talk about. Hold on a second. I want to check on my YouTube stuff and check on my stats really quick. I think everything's good before I continue. Let me get my stuff back up, because I have to pull my Windows back up, because this is a really awkward setup along my stream. Actually, I didn't check my time I was going. Sorry, I was meaning to right now, and I got sidetracked. I've only been going for an hour and a half-ish, but apparently... Okay, so that's what we've been going for. I'm just checking. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue until we get to, like, the 2-hour mark at least, maybe longer. I want to get, like, decent chunk of progress. I probably would have done, like, more streaming and got more gameplay done today, but like I said earlier, I overslept and I was taking a nap, which didn't help me, and on top of that, I also ended up having those OBS issues which made me start late, so we had a really rocky stream start today that set everything back quite a bit, so I want to stream for at least a little while longer before I get ready to stop and see if I can make some really good progress, actually. And I hate that I forgot to check my volume again. It's annoying because I can't really, I don't think, no, volume mixer on Windows doesn't have a minimize button for some reason, so I have to reopen it and close it when I want to make sure my volume levels are right, because everything was sounding a little loud for a second. Ugh. Actually, that's a good topic I didn't actually think of until now that I could have brought up. What's your guys' favorite operating system you've used? Everybody has their preferred operating system, and I use Windows stuff very frequently. I used Macs when it came to when I was in high school. Our high school actually had Macs as the primary computers that they had, and we used them for our computer classes, I think. So we learned stuff on MacBooks. I wasn't really big on using Mac computers, honestly. I just didn't really find that I cared much for Mac stuff. It's good. I mean, it can be used really well to edit stuff, and it's got a lot of good technical stuff, but I'm a Windows man myself. Yeah, I'm with you. I prefer Windows. Okay, cool. We can see all the treasures we collected, and we got over 2,500 Pokos, I think, which is quite a lot. Yeah, we did. Wow. That's crazy high, actually. Should be another percentage of the debt completed. I'm not sure how far we are just yet. But yeah, I was meaning to talk about that anyway, and I got sidetracked on it. There's a lot of operating systems out there, too. I've heard of, some weird ones that I've never utilized that I've wanted to, look into a little bit and see what they're like. So, just for, anybody who's already mentioned Windows, what particular version of Windows do you guys prefer? I'm very particularly, big on Windows 7. I don't like Windows 10 a lot because Windows 10 has a lot of issues, and a lot of people agree that Windows 10 almost feels like a step backwards in a few areas, which is really damn annoying, actually. Windows 10 is, I don't know, it's not bad, but it could certainly be better, and... Oh, hold on a second. I thought I saw something for a second. Oh no, that's just my ship. Never mind. I thought I'd maybe located a sign of, where the blue Pikmin were. Got my hopes up for a second. Oh well, let's try looking over this way and try to figure out what the game wants of me next, because I want to get, more stuff. Only one you've used? That's fair. I mean, now all the other options are kind of outdated, unfortunately, so they're not really viable, so you can't, use them and look into them the same way. I've used, a lot of them in my time. I think I grew up with a computer that had, Windows 98 on it, and I used that, and that was pretty good, actually. Windows 98's an old one. It was really buggy and crashy, but I still enjoyed my time using it. It was not a fun time overall, though. Oh, we found some sort of small semi-sphere. Strange. Seems smaller than I would expect. Hopefully it still has some helpful data. Right. Seems extraordinarily dense for its small size. I hope we can lift it right. I bet it's gonna be fucking too big to lift, actually. Let's see. Or maybe not. No, okay, you can lift it. Cool. Usually, in Pikmin 2, and this is a Romhack of Pikmin 2, actually, if you try to lift, a globe that you see in the game, there's, a problem where the globe's too heavy because it requires purple Pikmin, and purple Pikmin will, lift the weight of, 10 Pikmin, so you need them to lift these items. Seems like right here, though, there's, enough room to lift this. Wow, it only has, enough space for 70 Pikmin. That's very interesting, actually, so the exact amount needed, or, the exact amount you have to assign to it. We need to get this fucking thing moving toward the ship. That way I can open up the passageway to, the next area. I'd like to try exploring more today and not get barred off. I hope they can make it, though. I mean, if not, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice to get this thing back in time. Maybe I'll do like a stream where I use some of the older Microsoft operating systems at some point. Windows 7 is good. Windows XP is also really good. Windows 98 I have a lot of memories of just because I remember with Windows 98 that I used it and like that was like the first computer operating system I remember working with, and I remember having like dial-up and old-ass Internet Explorer and it being a total pain in the ass to work with. It was not a fun experience. I've got to say, kids nowadays, like, growing up with, like, modern internet are really lucky, and I hate to, like, sound like a boomer, but, like, you did not miss out on anything bad missing out on, like, fucking dial-up internet, compacted encyclopedia. It was the most insufferably slow shit ever. I hated dial-up. This item indeed has the data I need for us to gain access to a new region. Well done. Have to check it and check it out tomorrow. Hopefully we find a lot of new treasures. Right, so this should get me what I needed and we can go to another area now that I've collected the globe. I think it's time I put my Pikmin away. That way we can focus on being ready for the night, not getting anybody eaten. Just thinking here. There's quite a few operating systems. That's just listing the ones that I remembered right now, though, for, like, reference. Also, yeah, I don't think I have time to get any berries. I was going to think about grabbing extra stuff, but there's no point. It's not going to work out. Let's see. I'm curious, any of you guys use Linux, actually? I have used it, like, one time, and it was because of a promotion on, like, Steam where they were doing something for a game, which, in hindsight, it wasn't entirely worth it, but it's like, get a free cosmetic item from, like, booting up Linux, and I've had, like, been meaning to check it out sometime. I've not heard a lot of people talk about it, but Linux is like an operating system where I think it's usually used by developers, actually, and Linux is usually used to code shit. Like, from what I understand, like, people pick it up, they make programs in it, and it's got, like, not the best features. You have to, like, work around, like, how Linux uses, and it's used, and, like, try to, and, like, pull up your systems through, like, a dev console or some shit. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but Linux is complicated and annoying to utilize. I thought I'd mention it. It's a weird system. I know there's, like, quite a few versions of Linux, and Linux is like a free operating system, so if you ever want to check it out, it's like, you don't have to pay anything, you just download it. So, Louis, well, yeah, somehow I managed to get a loan at all-devouring black hole loan sharks again. I remember that from, like, the original version of Pikmin 2. I'm gonna mess this up twice now. Why would you not, or how would you not notice that you went to the same exact loan shark, like, 2 times in a row? And they are really cutthroat about, like, the debt. That's incredible that he could actually not notice it 2 times in a row. Mystical Beach. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and make our move toward the new area and see what we've got in this area so we can do another day's worth of progress. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other stuff I could talk about this operating system thing. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it too much, but just in general, there was, like, a list of, like, weird ones that have been up on, like, I think on Wikipedia. Louis Almar, look. This region seems almost familiar. Nope, never seen it before. What do you mean, almost familiar? And then you just cut to not familiar. And so bad. You're on a tropical beach vacation. Vacation with a bunch of bunch of creatures trying to eat you. Sounds fun. What kind of fucking vacations are you going on where you consider being eaten fun? Because that's not an idea of a fun time, in my opinion, Ship. That's kind of crazy to say that. Whatever. Ooh, game chugged for a second there, which, that's not exactly a great sign, honestly. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna get out a good chunk of Pikmin really quickly. Get another 30, and then I'm gonna get another bit from my red Pikmin 2 really quick. Wonder if I can draw enough to get, like... Oh, yep! That answers that. There's blue Pikmin here because there's 5 missing. I think they're planning to hold the purple Pikmin as the last Pikmin that you get, so that makes sense. Purple Pikmin and Pikmin 2 have like a reputation for being overpowered. Naturally, a Romhack would want to rebalance things a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So there was one other interesting one that I wanted to talk about for a little bit. I mean, there's some, not getting into the older, like, operating systems very much, but apparently, like, Valve actually, like, dabbled in making an operating system at one point, and they had, like, a thing where they were doing, like, a computer as well. Like, they did, like, computers that were built for, like, games on them. Like, it was called, like, a Steam machine, and they made their own OS that was called Steam OS that was, like, similar to how Linux is. It's a really weird topic that I hear about every now and then. Apparently it didn't get much success. I don't know, like, the details of it. I just thought I'd bring that up. That's, like, one other I remember. Okay, new question in a second. Let me get by this fucking bug before we continue talking. I have a lot I want to discuss. Oh yeah, by the way, I should have asked this earlier before I went to another topic, but, like, you guys have any game requests you want to see, like, for new stuff? Because after, like, this week, I'm 99% certain that I'm going to have just one game playthrough I'm running, like, consistently, because this game is, like, barely going for me. I've still been running through, like, the beginning bits of it, and as far as Paper Mario is concerned, we've got one part left, and also for, like, let's see, was it? Yeah, also for Yoshi's Island Prototype, I struggle to imagine that we're going to have more than one more part of Yoshi's Island Prototype left, so naturally, I'm going to need new games in a bit of time. Not right away. I might actually take it slow and just do this for a little bit, but I'm taking game suggestions since I don't have anything, like, planned right now. Oh boy. Looks like if I want to attack it, I have to attack it from, like, a distance and get that bull blacks over there. Lovely. This place is a weird and interesting design for an area. I don't mind, but still. Oh god. Why are these guys up in the surface? They're usually stuck underground, these little fuckers who run around tossing bombs. Maybe a Forza game? I'll think about that. I need to check into, like, games that I can stream, actually. I have a lot that I want to stream, too. Gonna get that VR chat thing set up in, like, the future so we can try some sessions of that and see how that goes. I feel like that'd be fun. Just to see what all's there. I think I mentioned this already. In the next couple of weeks, I kind of want to do, like, some different stuff with the stream and experiment a little bit, and one of those things is, like, me doing a YouTube night where we watched videos. I think I'll maybe try that relatively soon. And are you fucking shitting me? Wow, okay. Fuck me, huh? I'm gonna reset here, actually, because I feel like I fucked up. I still want to do one more day in this before I like, do this properly, but I'm not really looking to lose my white Pikmin right now, and I'm trying to be careful about Pikmin and not reset too much, but white Pikmin and purple Pikmin are really hard to come by since they're only in, like, underground caves, and I don't need to be losing more white Pikmin right now. I've already lost, like, quite a few of them. Oh, man. I've been thinking about Spyro, like, as another game, actually, that we could do. I don't know if I want to right now, but I've been meaning to do more of the Spyro Reignited trilogy. Actually, we might do that soon, because I wanted to do a different Spyro game separated from the Reignited trilogy. Could do that in Spyro 2. I've been needing, like, a good excuse to play it. I'm sure in Spyro, like, playthrough would be really fun for you guys, hopefully, so if you guys have interest in seeing Spyro, then I can totally set that up, too. That's another option we can do for, like, a playthrough. Spyro's really fun to top it off, so there's no objections for me. I'll gladly play it. Okay, let's just get our max. We can get like we did before, and then I can get a bunch of white Pikmin out. Spyro's good. Yeah, I like Spyro a lot. If it wasn't for the fact that it was going to be, like, missing Switch, I'd get Crash 4, actually. Like, Crash 4 is, like, one of the few games on, like, multiplat, that's multiplat that I'm actually interested in right now. I've wanted to play, like, Crash Bandicoot stuff, but I wasn't really too interested in the the Crash Insane Trilogy shit unless it was, like, going to be at a discount for, like, 25 or 20. I think it's gone on sale a few times. I've never seen it go like as low as I'd like it to. I'll keep an eye out for like a sale on it, and I'd like to check it out at some point. I've definitely considered Crash like something I'd want to look at, though. Oh man. Phew. Actually, here's another topic really quick, just something I want to talk about in general. How do you guys feel about, like, challenge runs in video games? I was meaning to kind of correlate this to another topic earlier because I was like, actually, watching a YouTube, or not YouTuber, but a Twitch streamer, like, play a certain game that I played. It's Zelda, like, he's playing Ocarina of Time, like a permadeath run, where it's like a thing where it's got, like, 3 hearts only, and you have to survive without dying, and if he does, he restarts the stream. How do you guys feel about those kind of things? I've been thinking about doing some stuff like that for, like, a stream, like, where I do, like, a run like that and see how things go. Or I've thought about, like, doing some stuff where I try to teach myself how to speedrun, because I've always wanted to, but I've never felt like I've had the time or effort put in for, like, learning to speedrun. Don't mind? I could consider it. I might do something like that. They're fun to mess around with. I like doing stuff like that. Sometimes, not all the time, obviously. Whenever I do that, it usually just reminds me of stuff like Dark Souls, which I'm not really big on. I know Dark Souls isn't bad or anything, it's happens to be, like, popular for its difficulty more than anything. Shit, come on, get out of the water. Okay, good. Try speedrunning. I've tried it a few times, and I never have, like, a lot of luck. the one game I've tried to speedrun, actually, recently is trying to play, like, New Super Mario Bros. U on my Switch, because I wanted to learn how to... Oh, god damn it. I guess I'm just gonna have to accept a few deaths, even though I don't want to, because this is being really shitty right now and not letting me avoid my Pikmin dying. Even though I want to avoid the deaths, this level design is not the most friendly, and of course the fucking poor red Pikmin dies on me. Whatever, I guess. Shit. We need to find where the blue Pikmin are. This is getting to be a disaster to not have them around, actually. But yeah, I've been wanting to try, like, speedrunning attempts on stream, and I've thought about it. I didn't know if I would get a lot of people to check out what I was doing or not. I mean, I've tried New Super Mario Bros. U, like I said, and I've been trying to get, like, sub 1 hour for a time, but every time I try, I end up getting, like, over an hour, and then I end up getting angry and stopping because my run messes up. I think it's partially because I make a lot of unnecessary stops and I shouldn't, because last time I was, like, trying to remember what the fuck I was doing, and I went for, like, toad houses to get, like, some safety stuff so I could, like, save myself, like, items and get, like, a peed acorn to help me out in the game that I could use on a castle level. That cut out of my time, I think. World record for sharpening 10 pencils without a drill is insanely low. That's crazy. That sounds like that'd be a hard thing to fucking pull off, like, pencil sharpening without any type of, like, pencil sharpener or a drill or anything, like, and, like, just imagining somebody do it without, like, any help and using, like, one of those shitty manual pencil sharpener or something like that. Like, that's impressive. Really impressive. I think you can sharpen by a knife, too, as like another option, although I've not heard of anybody ever trying to do a sharpening by a knife. I'd be interested to see how fast somebody could actually manage to, like, take a pencil and, like, sharpen it via knife for, like, a world record, like, doing multiple... Oh god, why is this area in the game so unoptimized? I apologize, there's, like, lag in this area. All the other areas I've gone in the game so far have been relatively good about how they've been handled. This particular area is lagging like a real motherfucker and causing quite a lot of issue for some reason, though. This one's been, like, really bad in terms of its optimization for some reason. Staying the fuck away from that until that bomb's detonated. Fuck you. Kinda wish I could have those orange Pikmin right now for the sake of this fucking bomb shit. Hold on a second, before I keep talking, this is like a really bad moment to get busy discussing shit when this thing's trying to fucking and suicide bomb my Pikmin, and I don't want that, obviously. Yeah, there we go. Fuck off already, instead of fucking dropping bombs everywhere. Okay, good. But yeah, let's see, where was I? Right. I'm curious, what are the craziest world records you guys have, like, seen or heard of? I know there's, like, a Guinness World Record, like YouTube channel, actually, and I haven't, like, checked out any of their stuff, but I know there's a lot of really interesting things that are up there. Like, I remember one where there's, like, a guy who tried to break, like, 3 world records and failed at all of them. Poor guy just got really unlucky and got shat on by, like, the staff from the Guinness World Record. Like, there was one of them that was, like, really lame, where it's like, you have to hold, like, the most birthday candles in your mouth or something, and he attempted this, and, like, the fucking ending part where, like, it was the end of the world record, he had, like, all the candles that he was supposed to in his mouth, held on to them, and then when he got done and, like, asked the like, rep about how he did, like, got the worst response. Like, this woman that was there and, like, monitoring shit fucking was like, oh, you managed to hold on to them, but then some of your candles didn't light, and it's like, you fucking gigantic bitch, you just let this guy fucking go through and fucking hold some unlit candles in his mouth when he's trying to break a world record, and intentionally don't say a word to him until he's fucking already, like, failed the world record. Like, I would feel so angry after that. I'm surprised that guy didn't lose his cool. That woman is like a giant bitch, like, oh yeah, you didn't have all the candles lit. It's like, yeah, fuck you, like, that guy deserved that world record. He worked his ass off for it and still couldn't get it. The guy had, like, nothing noteworthy in his life, and you could tell he wanted to break a world record because, like, an accomplishment and make, like, his parents proud of him, and it was kind of sad that he didn't get anywhere with it. Guinness World Record sucks, and it's basically a cash grab. Yeah, you have to fucking pay them to come out and, like, watch you to, like, record a record, so yeah, I don't consider it to be extremely worthwhile. Probably a pretty lame experience. Okay, I'm gonna leave this guy over here. Even if I don't get any treasure, my goal should be to get the blue Pikmin. Yeah, there we go. Let me go over here and get these guys, and then we can... Oh, actually... that's something. Or... Oh, wow, okay, so we gotta take care of this, and then we can go after that. Lovely. I wonder if I have enough time to reach him before the day ends. No, leave that there. We need to leave bodies out for the blue Pikmin. Did you get all these enemies up where I can, like, fucking kill them instead of making this awkward game? Okay, I see the game's gonna be a real bitch about this, and I'm gonna have to fucking go at it alone with the white Pikmin, I think. Alright. I'll try my best to get this over with without losing anybody and trying to avoid that fucking frog. Oh shit, no! I'm sorry, buddy, I couldn't save you. I wanted to. That hurt to watch. That hurt my soul. I'm sorry, Pikmin. It's just this game's difficulty, this Romhack is not balanced, like, extremely easily. Ugh. That just stung. Oh, man. Oh, god damn it. Whatever, I'm just gonna take it. I know it sucks, but I mean, if I get hung up on every Pikmin death, it's gonna take so much longer. It definitely stings, though. Let me go over to the other group and try to escort them towards the blue Pikmin, at least. Yeah, I'm curious, you guys ever tried speedrunning games, or, like, tried, like, setting a world record? Obviously not an easy task, even if you, like, open a book of, like, world records and try to break any of them. They brought up the Guinness World Record thing. Obviously, I've thought about it, like, as a kid, because I think everybody thinks about, like, well, I'd like to try breaking a world record, but it's obviously not that easy. Actually, let's see here. What are some, like, good YouTube channels out there that are, like, different ones? Because I'm thinking, like, on this topic, and what spurred this on is, like, that in fact there's a Guinness World Record or YouTube channel that I remember, like, finding out about through, like, a... Oh, God, no, not now, no! No, 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 no! Fuck! Okay, that pisses me off. I was so close and I fucking messed it up. God damn it, I didn't want to reset, but I didn't fucking expect that would happen. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to do this one more time. That's so aggravating to go through all that and then fucking have that happen. I guess I have to, like, transport, like, 5 of them at a time or something. Might try speedrunning. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Hold on a second, how are we doing on time anyway? I don't want to stop yet, though. I want to continue and try to get this day over with like I said I would. That makes me so angry, though. Went through all of that trouble, then after I get over to, like, the blue Pikmin, I have them fall in the water like that and lose, like, 10 or 20 Pikmin at once. Yeah, I'm not going to just accept that and just accept that I lost all those Pikmin all of a sudden out of nowhere. I mean, I could and just continue, but I'd rather try to save those Pikmin from dying and try to minimize the deaths if possible. Hold on a second, I'm getting my windows back up because I pulled it down for a second. Okay, I think we're good now. I don't even care if I get treasure today in the game. I just want the blue Pikmin so I can get, like, a milestone, then we can stop and I can rest easy. I've always had a lot of, actually, when we're talking about speedrunning, I've always had, like, a lot of respect for, like, the speedrunning community in games. Like, can you imagine how hard it must be going through a game and, like, intentionally messing around and, like, glitching shit and, like, trying to figure out, like, exactly what you can do to, like, break the game so you can speedrun it? I'd imagine that must be fucking crazy and kind of hell on the speedrunner to sit here and just waste God knows how many hours just trying to, like, bump into walls and, like, just trying to, like, try the most arbitrary shit to try and get speedruns. I have sympathy for these people. And then they spend their time, like, continually optimizing their playthroughs of games until they're, like, perfect. That sounds like that would be a giant fucking headache. I respect people like that because I don't have a lot of, like, ability to sit around and do that shit. When I try, I end up getting tired and giving up after so much time. You want to talk like a really good speedrunner that's, like, really dedicated to his craft? Simple Flips. Simple Flips puts his all into, like, every speedrun he does, and I like Simple Flips' like speedrun. He's really good. He also makes it really easy to understand, like, tech like backwards long jumping, although to be honest, I've trying to learn how to do backwards long jumping in Mario 64 for, like, the sake of doing a speed run or doing, like, a run that's less than usual, and I still have trouble trying the backwards long jump, so I eventually just stopped bothering with it. But the amount of skill it takes to learn this stuff and find this stuff, it's got to be like really high to get this stuff like discovered in the first place. It's incredible to watch. See, what are some notable like speedrunners? Seth Bling is big, I think, as well as, like I mentioned, Simple Flips. Cosmo, I think, was one of them, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to see if I can remember any others. And I think Trihex does speedrunning. Everybody knows Trihex because he's from like Twitch is like one of the people who has like a global emote on Twitch. I don't watch them like a whole lot, but there are a lot of good speedrunners out there that are really fun. It's also fun to like watch a speedrun, like learn like strats from a speedrunner and like see them engage and talk about like what they're doing in their run. Like that's one thing that shows how much love you have for a game, is wasting your time like learning how to optimally play and speedrun a game, because it takes a lot of work to do. That's why not everybody can be a speedrunner. It takes so much skill and time wasted. Where did the other Pikmin go? Okay, I found it. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I just want to get rid of these stupid flies before I do anything else. I'm thinking here. Actually, speaking of speedruns, how many of you guys watch GDQ? I don't watch it anymore. I don't think I watched it this year, but like, for anybody not in the know, there's like a thing that goes on every year where like a bunch of speedrunners put on like a little marathon, and they do like a little live stream where they're doing like a charity thing and trying to speedrun to like donate for stuff to charity. It's really good. It happens like once every summer and once every like winter, I think, and it happens pretty commonly. Yeah, it's a good event and it raises a lot of money. I try to watch it. I don't watch it anymore very often. I've heard of like corruption in GDQ where like some of the founders took like some of the money for themselves before, so I've watched it less once I started hearing rumors of like that stuff happening. Don't watch it? Yeah, I don't really blame you. I mean, I personally like it, but I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for not watching it. It's a good little thing that goes on every year, though. Just a nice little way that they try to raise money for kids with cancer every year, and probably one of the nicer things that happens for, like, games every year. I'd like to do a charity live stream like that someday. Like, it's not an easy thing to pull off, especially if you're going for, like, 24 hours or more. This frog can really go fuck off right now. I am not in the mood to be dealing with its bullshit. What the fuck was that all about? Was it hitting something? That was weird. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter now. Okay, I need to get a smaller group together. Also, how the fuck do you break this bridge down? It's kind of set up where the only way to approach it is blue Pikmin, but I mean, there's a fire geyser behind it. I mean, if you touched it, you'd get your Pikmin set on fire. Whatever. You guys like to watch any, like, marathons or, like, charity streams or anything each year? Like, I'm curious. I talked about GDQ, just, like, curious to hear opinions on, like, different streams that go on every year. I've been, like, looking at newer stuff every year to see what goes on, and been some stuff. I watched Vine Sauce's Hope when that happens as well. Like, a lot of different charity stuff that I like to watch in general, so I have, like, a few that I check out. Oh boy, okay, I need to get a group of these guys and then another group, otherwise it's going to be really difficult and really slow. Still really slow, but I mean, I don't want anybody drowning if they don't have to. This does not seem like it'd be, actually speaking of speedruns, this does not seem like it'd be a very speedrun-friendly Romhack. To be like really careful about where you're moving towards. Ugh. I'm thinking here. Oh, here's something. What's some good... This is just changing topics. I felt like I had something else I wanted to talk about right now, but like, what are some good YouTube channels or good YouTube series you guys like to watch? I remember one I saw. I don't remember who was behind it, but there's one that I watched where it's literally some guy who goes around fighting or finding people who have like weird or like abilities, like they're like almost like real life superheroes, and I forget what it's called. It's some series on YouTube you can look up. It like a lot of neat stuff. Like there's just one guy who like goes and like this one guy who can like charge through like walls, like brick walls and shit, and he doesn't like feel any pain, and he's able to handle it really easily. It's really something. I haven't seen that in a while, but like there's like all these different people that can do this stuff. Like one that can do like really, I forget what the punch was. Not his punches, like they're really deadly. Like this blue Pikmin. Yes, they are. On our side should make traversing this place easier. I think he was able to punch through like a whole bunch of different shit. Was like what it was. I couldn't remember, like stuff that people shouldn't be able to punch through because it's made out of like material that's really hard. Basically, like stuff that any ordinary human wouldn't be able to. There was like all sorts of things, and so trying to think what the coolest one I've heard of was. I can't remember any others, but I'm gonna have to watch it and check back with you guys, and that's a fun little series. Scott the Woz. Yeah, I know about Scott the Woz. Scott the Woz is good. I like watching like little game series channels that talk about that kind of stuff too. You guys watch like Angry Video Game Nerd? I talk about him on stream, and he's pretty good. Angry Video Game Nerd's got like some of my favorite YouTube content personally. I just like the nerd stuff. Like James Rolfe is a really dedicated man who has a lot of good videos and good content, and I respect him a lot because he does a good job at his stuff. I really like the nerd a lot. He has like great YouTube videos. I was talking about like other stuff, but I don't mind talking about that. I'm talking like other people, just like lesser known, or not even lesser known, just like big series that are like things that you see on YouTube easily. I know YouTube had like a premium service they introduced like a year or two ago, and they have series on that, and I was namely going to talk about that stuff for a little bit. I haven't really seen much of that, actually. I don't know what all's on there. Let's see, I'm thinking I thought I remembered something I heard of from there, but I don't remember. I know PewDiePie got some series on that, and it's like, I don't really care about that too much. You guys ever watch, like, Gordon Ramsay, like his like TV series, or like the series he does online? Like, I think he's moved away from like doing like different TV series, but he does like these things where he travels and like helps people like learn how to cook, or like basically like will show them like things, and the whole thing's like him helping save restaurants and whatnot. And there was one I remember where he was like teaching a bunch of prisoners to cook. I like Gordon Ramsay stuff, even though guy screams a lot. Seems to be swear like a lot and have a lot of profanity. All that could be just like the American version of his show where they edit it so there's like a ton of swearing for no good reason. Still find him really funny though. Some good videos. I like watching him like go and check out different restaurants. Also, he's got some really memorable shit that he says. Okay, finally I can fucking go through and get the blue Pikmin. Took long enough. There we go. That was a lot of time wasted just to get blue Pikmin. Sure enough, these blue Pikmin remember us from before. Well, now that we have them, should be much easier to get around this area. Right. Flood and fields. Sure, that area is really opened up to us now. Ooh, okay, good. I'm gonna actually grab these guys, and I want to go for taking care of like stuff right now and going for like stuff, but I think if you go to a hole and you open the entrance, you can get in the hole without any trouble. So part of me is thinking maybe I should try populating the blue Pikmin onion, and then afterwards fucking put all this like, and get all these guys ready to go in that hole. I saw like a thing around here somewhere that I wanted to explore. I didn't go in there because I was focused on the blue Pikmin. If I can find it again, I can go in it. Give me a second. I want to see if I can locate what I'm thinking of. Okay, this is... I think I know what this is, actually, for the other side of that cave. Yeah, this is it. Okay, as long as I have enough time to do this, I can make it work. Right, red Pikmin up here. Oh shit, that's a Wollywog, though. I'm going to be careful. Don't you fucking dare even think of moving a muscle towards me, damn it, frog. Oh, great. If we're going to do this, we're going to have to hurry, then. Fuck it. Yeah, let's see if we can do this now, then. Take you guys back over... Well, I'll take you guys right now. I guess I'm not going to have enough time shit to do that. Okay, whatever. We'll just get our stuff. I was going to do the hole, but I don't think I've got enough time to do the balancing puzzle and get all these Pikmin back over safely. That's annoying. Let's see here. Give me a second or two. I'm just thinking on what I can talk about for the moment. Whew. How do you guys feel about, like, skit channels that do, like, different stuff, like... Where they do, like... Well, they can do, like, a comedy. There's some that do, like, horror skits. It's, like, curious how you guys feel about those kind of channels. I personally like to watch, like, comedy skit channels, but I'm not really too big on the horror channels. Interesting videos. Very, very different type of YouTube content. Let's see. Sometimes they're good. Yeah, what are some good ones? I think I've heard of one that I remember, like, recently finding out about. It's called, like, Key and Peele. I don't know very much about it. I've watched, like, some of their videos. What are some big ones, actually? I'm thinking, like, the skit channels. Oh, how could I forget the ones that I do know? That's right. The Onion. Who could forget about The Onion? I like The Onion stuff. The Onion's good because they like to make their stupid parodied stuff, and it's usually pretty funny, honestly. I genuinely find the Onion videos to be really great. Also, shit, I gotta hurry. I don't have a lot of time, and yet... Not taking very quick approach to getting that back, huh? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we got 100 Pikmin back together. Worrying, considering the fact that I didn't really know how I was doing on my numbers, and about to run out of time to do this. Okay, that was close. We got blue Pikmin. That's all we needed to do today. Whew. Okay. That's good. We'll just stop here after that. There we go. I don't really watch too many of those skit channels. I don't know them, like, very well. I do like watching them sometimes, though. Like I said, The Onion's good. You guys heard of the Lasagna Cat channel? It's not the skits, necessarily, but it's like, they do, like, weird, realistic-looking Garfield-like things where they, like, do these videos that are kind of like skits. Like, they make fun of Garfield jokes. That's a really strange channel out there. That's one I remember that kind of lends itself to this topic a little bit. I remember that channel. Okay, so my wife just found out that I'm in debt again. To say, you two really need to hurry up with this job, please. Okay, saving the game, and I think this is going to be it. We're done after this. I didn't really want to do another day today, because I feel like I wore myself down trying to do the blue Pikmin collecting. That was 2 resets just to get by and get the blue Pikmin without fail, so that's enough. We don't need to be doing any more right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna stop here. I'm glad you guys checked it out. Sorry if I had an issue there for a second. I think my thing may have just fucked up a little bit on my size, too. I can fix it if I need to. Whatever. Anyway, I'm tired. I want to stop, actually. I want to go do other stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I hope you all have a great day or night. See you guys soon. Bye.